Ne yazık ki Batı PKK'ya terör örgütü diyor ama onun yan kolları olan PYD, YPG'yi terör örgütü olarak kabul etmiyor. Bütün belgeleriyle kendilerine verdiğimiz halde kabul etmiyor.
Terrorism and violence are the most significant challenges that humanity faces during the 21st century. Terrorism and various forms of extremism have reached menacing intensity across the globe. Terrorist groups continue to threaten international peace and security. Terrorism is a crime against humanity that cannot be associated with any race, ethnicity, faith or geography. It's a global scourge demanding global response and solidarity.
Turkey's concerns are legitimate and must be addressed. No ally has suffered more at the hands of terrorists than Turkey, including grievous attacks by the terrorist group PKK.
The PKK is listed as a terrorist organization internationally by numerous countries, including the members of the European Union and others such as the United States, Canada and Australia. The European Union designated the PKK as a terrorist entity in 2004. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization also refers to the PKK as a terrorist entity. PKK subsidiaries and offshoots exploit democratic rights and freedoms in Europe. In certain countries, there are continuing major investigations against PKK financing and other unlawful acts by PKK-affiliated entities and individuals.
İsveç terör örgütlerinin zaten kuluçka merkezi.
Swedish politics has been plagued by various scourges, including terrorism, xenophobia and Islamophobia in recent years. PKK sympathizers choose Sweden as one of their most important hives of activities. The PKK terror group is involved in various criminal and terrorist activities in Sweden, such as suicide attacks, kidnapping of children and youth so as to recruit new members. Former Swedish Prime Minister Olof Palme listed the PKK as a terror organization and attempted to end its activities in the country. Palme, however, was assassinated in 1986 and his murderer was never found. Nevertheless, the PKK has long been one of the prime suspects, and senior terrorist Semdin Sakik claimed the terror group's responsibility for the assassination.
Well, I think what needs to be done is clear. They have to stop allowing PKK outlets, activities, organizations, individuals, and other types of presence to stop being existing in those countries.
Sweden is facing criticism from Türkiye for supporting terrorist groups. The Nordic country hosted several meetings organized by the PKK terror organization's Syrian offshoot, the PYD-YPG. Supporters and representatives of the terrorist organizations carried out activities in Sweden without hindrance.
The Swedish government says it recognizes the PKK as a terrorist organization, but despite the fact that it is a crime, they hold rallies without any obstacles and under the protection of the police. As a Swedish politician, I am ashamed of this situation.
Turkish security forces stormed the caves used by the PKK terrorist organization in northern Iraq as part of Operation Claw Lock. The Turkish commandos found Swedish anti-tank weapons along with other arms and ammunition in the caves used by the PKK terrorists. Swedish-made 84 anti-tank weapons were discovered, along with several other types of weapons and ammunition.
Sweden condemns terrorism in the strongest possible terms. We are unequivocally committed to the fight against terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. And as allies, we will be fully committed to NATO counter-terrorism policy and take active parts in these efforts.
Russia's military operations in Ukraine have deeply altered the European security landscape. Finland and Sweden formally applied to join NATO amid surging geopolitical uncertainties in Europe. Turkey, however, has surprised its allies by saying it has reservations about Finnish and Swedish membership. Turkish policymakers have explained Turkey's opposition by citing Sweden and Finland's support for terrorism. Ankara has called on both Helsinki and Stockholm to prevent the terror group from collecting funds, recruiting new members, and ensuring that it ends its activities and propaganda against Turkey.
Turkey has been supporting the open door policy of NATO even before this war. But with regards to these possible candidates or already candidate countries, we have also legitimate security concerns that they have been supporting terrorist organizations, and there are also export restrictions on defense products.
NATO, founded in 1949, is the world's largest regional military cooperation group. The group has expanded with the accession of Central and Eastern Europe in the post-Cold War era. The latest enlargements were in 2017 and in 2020, when the Balkan countries, Montenegro and North Macedonia were brought into the military alliance. During the Cold War era and after, Turkey has been one of the leading members of the NATO alliance. In addition to the role it has played in defending NATO's borders, Turkey has made extensive contributions to its missions and operations. Turkey attaches the utmost importance to NATO's role in maintaining security and stability in the Euro-Atlantic area, and in providing a forum for political military consultations on topics of interest to its members.
Müttefiklerimizden terörizmin tüm tür ve tezahürleriyle mücadelede ayrım yapmamalarını, bir müttefike yönelik tehdidin aslında NATO'nun geneline yönelik tehdit anlamına geldiğini görmelerini bekliyoruz.
Turkey, Finland and Sweden signed a memorandum on the Nordic countries' bids for NATO membership following four-way talks. As part of the memorandum, Turkey withdrew an objection to the membership of Sweden and Finland to NATO. In return, the Nordic countries pledged to address Turkey's security concerns over terrorism and lift an arms embargo on Turkey.
Hiç şüphesiz bu muhtıra Türkiye ve milletimiz açısından zorlu müzakere sürecinden sonra elde edilmiş diplomatik bir zaferdir.
Finland and Sweden have now extended their full support to Turkey against threats to its national security. To that effect, Finland and Sweden will not provide support to the PYD-YPG and the organisation described as FETÖ in Turkey. Finland and Sweden reject and condemn terrorism in all its forms and manifestations in the strongest terms. Finland and Sweden have unambiguously condemned all terrorist organisations perpetrating attacks against Turkey. They have also confirmed that the PKK is a proscribed terrorist organisation. Finland and Sweden have committed to prevent activities of the PKK and all other terrorist organisations and their extensions, as well as activities by individuals in affiliated and inspired groups or networks linked to these terrorist organisations. Turkey, Finland and Sweden have agreed to establish a joint structured dialogue and cooperation mechanism to enhance cooperation on counter-terrorism.
We made a memorandum of understanding between Finland, Sweden and Turkey to address the concern of Turkey when it comes to security and terrorism. And we will honour that memorandum and follow up on that, and we will also have a joint mechanism. So I hope that the three countries, Sweden, Finland and Turkey, could see that this is a good memorandum.
In this document and in this memorandum, we have actually addressed all those concerns that also Turkey had raised, including the terrorism, the PKK issue and so forth, and all those steps that are necessary to be taken are mentioned in the memorandum. So I'm very much thinking that based on that cooperation that we agreed, we can go forward and also hopefully please the concerns of Turkey at this moment.
100% of our population is very upset with the PKK presence and FETÖ presence in Europe. So if they have a public that is concerned about their own national security, we have a public that is as equally concerned about our own national security. And I think we have to see this from a mutual point of view.
Elbette bu bir başlangıçtır. Bir davettir. Asıl olan verilen sözlerin hayata geçirilmesidir. Bundan sonraki süreçte muhtırada kayıtlı hususların uygulamasını titizlikle takip edecek, adımlarımızı da buna göre atacağız.